Hi guys! Today we're going to talk about the home buying process. Since a couple people are asking, how does this process even work? I'm here for you. So join me. My name is MichelleBenjamin, and I am a realtor for Keller Williams McKinney and your North Texas Home Cupid. Today, we're going to briefly touch on how the home buying process goes. But before we do that, let's start with a disclaimer. My channel is not a replacement for home ownership classes, contacting your local first responders in case of emergency, or being in touch with professionals in regards to your house. These are just fun facts, tips, and information that I think will help you on your home ownership journey. Now, before I get into the home buying process, let me touch on a couple things. What you want to know before even starting your research. You want to do some pre-qualifying elements first. Before you start diving into the house hunting part and contacting agents and walking through open houses and showings, contacting agents, asking questions about the house, let's touch on two major things you need to do first. The first thing you want to do is to check your credit report for free. You want to make sure that your credit is ready for home buying, okay? There are lots of free sites that allow you to check your credit report. You can go directly to Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion to check your credit reports, or there are a few free sites that let you check all three all at one time. Knowing your credit score will allow you to avoid surprise when you start looking for a lender. Whether you decide to use an FHA loan, a VA loan, USDA loan, or a conventional loan, you're going to want to know if you qualify before actually putting in that application. The second pre-qualifying element that you would want to do is to check how much you have saved for your down payment. Much like your credit score, each of the loans, your USDA, your VA, your FHA, your conventional loan, they require a certain amount down that you put towards your house before they qualify you to receive that loan. You want to know how much you have ready before you go for the loan. The third thing you want to do to pre-qualify, and it's really not a step, it's just kind of a bonus from me. What you want to do is have your 3 must-haves in a home. What can your home not do without? Some people do 5, but I'm recommending your 3 top things. Your house doesn't have it, that house is not for you. Okay, are you ready? You have your 3 pre-qualifying elements written down. Now, we're going to talk about the home buying process and how it will apply to you. Step number 1, find your realtor. Now, I know that a lot of people in their home ownership journey want to skip this step, but to save the headache and the frustration and pulling out your hair altogether, let's just start with this step for right now. Having a realtor by your side is your insider, your information insider, your resources insider. You can skip a lot of headache and drama by having your insider with you at the very beginning of your homeowner search. Step number 2, Sign up for home ownership classes. While you are building that relationship with your realtor or your real estate agent, go ahead and take home ownership classes so that you know exactly what you are getting into, the responsibilities you are going to need as a homeowner to take care of that house, and any additional information for your home ownership journey. Your next step is your home ownership research. Have your agent pull some houses for you to take a look at. Go through this detail by detail and compare it to your 3 must-haves to see if you even want to attend a showing or an open house for that property. This is the fun part of the process. Go to open houses, have fun, network, meet people, find out as much as you can about vendors, contractors, and any other resource and relationship that will help you take care of that beautiful dream house for you. It doesn't always happen, but occasionally you might bump into your dream house this way. Step number 4, fall in love with your dream home. You did your research, you made your connections, you found your resources, and oh, lo and behold, you've fallen in love with your dream home. This is it. This is your home. Victory dance. So now we move on to step number 5. Have your agent or your realtor put in an offer on that house. Make sure that everything is written correctly. Make sure that it's everything that you have put in your notes, that you talked about with your agent, and then verify with your agent that the offer went to the seller. This is the part that, if you don't have an agent, can be very stressful because you don't know what to expect. And unfortunately, where the average homeowner makes all their mistakes. If you're a regular on my channel, you know that is not what you want to do. We want to avoid all those mistakes up front. So get your agent or your realtor and make sure all your I's are dotted and all your T's are crossed. Step number 6, move on or go forward. This is the part of the process that kind of branches off in different ways. So if your offer is accepted, you can decide to move forward with buying that house, or you can take a different direction altogether. If your offer is not accepted, unfortunately, you have to keep looking for homes. There's also the occurrence that your offer is accepted pending other elements, but we're not going to get that detailed today. For simplicity's sake, let's just assume that offer was accepted and you're moving forward. So now step number 7, pick your closing date. Your next step is to get all your paperwork ready. Your lending estimate gave you a summary of what you need to bring to closing. So get all that prepared now. That way when you get to closing date, you'll be ready. Step number 9, closing date. This is the most exciting part, closing day. Get your documents out there and get your keys. Traditionally, there's a big round table, and let me tell you who's all going to be at that table for closing on that house. There's going to be you, your agent, your lawyer if you have one, the seller, their agent and lawyer if they have one, the lending representative from your mortgage broker or your bank, and your escrow agent, who is the middleman for the whole transaction. Nowadays, even before COVID completely wiped out all this face-to-face interaction, you can do it virtually. You do not actually have to physically attend the closing day. Your agent works with all these people to get all your paperwork together so you actually close on this specific date. Isn't it wonderful to do things virtually? You still have to get your paperwork together, okay? So here is what I'm considering all your paperwork. Now, since your agent or your realtor already put your down payment and your option fees in your escrow account, you don't have to worry about bringing that. However, you do need your identification, whether it's your driver's license, your passport, or your military ID. If you are paying your closing costs there, you're going to need a cashier's check for the full amount made out to the title company. You're also going to need a copy of the purchase agreement. This is just to make sure that everything at closing is aligned with everything you expected before you got there. You'll also need proof of homeowner's insurance. Most lenders are going to require this before lending to you. So make sure you have your proof, a copy, a picture. Your agent is going to walk you through all of this, but let's have it prepared before your agent gets to you. After closing, the seller will sign all the documents needed to transfer the ownership of that property to you. You will pay your closing costs using a certified or cashier's check, and your escrow agent will distribute the funds to everybody involved in this closing. Once that's complete, you will receive the deed to your house and your keys. That's it. That's your closing day. However, also state some precautions after closing day. I want you to keep in mind that some other things are happening through this process that takes a couple days or longer. So what you don't want to do is jeopardize anything that happened during closing day. So here's a list of what not to do after closing day. To avoid any complications when closing your home, here's a list of things not to do after closing on your house. Do not check up on your credit report. Do not open any new lines of credit. Do not close any current credit accounts. Do not quit your job. Do not add to your credit card's credit limit. Do not co-sign any new loans with anyone. That's all. That's the process. Congratulations on getting your new dream home. Do be mindful that this was an oversimplification, okay? There are a lot that goes on behind the scenes that your agent is doing on your behalf, or that you are doing should you choose not to work with a realtor or an agent. A lot. But we're not going to cover that in this video. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. Make sure that you drop any questions, comments, or concerns in the comments or send me an email. Also, do not forget to subscribe to my channel so you know when new videos are posted. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving and that you are safe in preparing for Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, or whatever it is that you celebrate during this time. I'll see you next week. Bye.